December 20th, 2024, and this is the Washington Times front page. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. Dozens of House Republicans joined Democrats in blocking the Donald Trump revised government funding deal, leaving Congress with just a day before a government shutdown. Alex Miller, Lindsay McPherson, and Susan Ferricchio report Trump had negotiated a spending package stripped of the extraneous spending and policy riders that had riled up conservatives online, yet that failed to pass the House, losing 174 to 235, with 38 Republicans voting against it. Whether the continuing resolution ultimately passes or the government is shuttered for the first time in 5 years, Trump will own it, even before he becomes president again. Giselle Pellico said after 51 men were all found guilty in the drugging and rape trial that turned her into a feminist hero that the ordeal had been very difficult and expressed support for other victims of sexual violence. Pellico, the French woman whose courage and stoicism have turned her into an internationally recognized figure and icon for many women, said she was thinking of her grandchildren after enduring more than 3 months of court hearings. The court sentenced her ex-husband, Dominique Pellico, to 20 years in prison for drugging and raping her and allowing other men to rape her while she was unconscious. Of the 50 men accused of rape, just one was acquitted but found guilty of aggravated sexual assault. Another man was also found guilty on the sexual assault charge he was tried for, meaning all 51 of the defendants were found guilty in one way or another. A Georgia appellate court ruled that Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and her team should be removed from the election subversion prosecution of President-elect Trump. The panel, Tom Howell and Alex Sawyer reports, concluded that Willis's romantic relationship with Nathan Wade, a paid investigator on the case, was an impermissible financial conflict. The appellate ruling is a blow to the case and could likely lead to its dismissal. The D.C. Council passed a reparations bill this week that would compensate Black Washingtonians, but Mayor Muriel Bowser hasn't disclosed whether she supports or opposes the legislation. Matt Delaney reports Bowser said she wouldn't commit to the legislation until she examines it. The bill calls for studying how to potentially repay eligible African Americans who are descendants of slaves or have been affected by Jim Crow-era policies. A combination of government appropriations and private donations would fund reparations. The proposal suggests that reparations can be a payment of some kind or other forms of redress. The National Retail Federation and nonprofit Loss Prevention Research Council say retailers participating in a survey reported a 93% spike in the average number of annual shoplifting incidents from 2019 to 2023. Sean Salai reports they surveyed 164 retailers representing $1.52 trillion in annual sales last year, or 30% of the U.S. retail market. 91% of surveyed retailers said shoplifters were more violent and aggressive than in 2019. And about 84% said that violence during a crime has become more of a concern in the last year. And finally, the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine has found that those who consume a moderate amount of alcohol do better on a host of health indicators. The report was couched in caveats, but Stephen Dinan and Von Cockane report the overall finding was that people who drink a little have a 16% lower mortality rate for their demographics than those who abstain altogether. The analysts confirmed longstanding findings that alcohol was associated with higher risks of breast cancer and possibly colon cancer, but for heart health, the researchers were pretty confident that low-level drinkers have fewer fatal heart attacks and strokes. Congress ordered the study, which was funded by the Department of Agriculture. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. And a quick programming note, the front page will be off and return on Thursday, December 26th. I'm George Gerbo, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a happy and safe holiday season.
Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience in their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's Libsyn, ads.com today,